Okay, today I'm going to show you how to take the data that you collected with your survey using SurveyMonkey and put it into Excel to create a spreadsheet of your data with a graph. And I know that a lot of people, and this includes, not just students, but people, that have been out working for years aren't that comfortable with Excel. They always feel overwhelmed by it. I have so many people always asking me for help with it or asking me to do things because they're not comfortable with it. So I'm hoping that this will give you a little bit of experience with it, so maybe you don't feel so overwhelmed by it, because it's really not a difficult program to use. I'm going to go ahead right here and I'm going to type in my first question that I had on my survey. What is your age? I only asked 3 questions, and I know that some of you asked many more than that. Don't feel that you're going to use all of that. You are going to be able to choose what parts you want to include. So there I have, what is your age? I had some age groups. I had 18 to 24, 25 to 34, 35 to 44, 45 to 54, 55 to 64, 65 to 74, and 75 or older. Those were my areas. Then the responses that I got back, I'm going to put here. So there were the numbers. I had 19 people that had responded total. Now I'm going to take this data, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to highlight what I want to look at. And then I'm going to go up and I'm going to the tabs up here to the Insert tab. And these are my graph choices. There are lots to look at, so you can go ahead and go through. I'm looking at a column bar graph instead of like a horizontal bar graph, because this is just like lumping numbers together by age. I would use a line if I wanted changes over time. I would use a pie graph if I wanted to look at parts of a whole. And there are others, area scatter plots and other charts to choose. I'm going to let you explore what you're interested in. I am merely going to start with a column bar graph. So I'm going to go down here, and I kind of like the 3D look of bar graphs. So I'm going to go ahead and choose that. I don't really need this series because I'm just, that would be like I might have multiple bars within a category, like if I want to divide out male and female in each age group or something like that. I right clicked on it and I'm going to delete it. So that's out of my way. Now, if you look right up here at the top, there are chart tools. The first one is design, clicked on. I can also look at layout. If I wanted to give my chart a title, and click on that, and you have some choices here. Do not display one, have a centered overlay without resizing, or display a title at the top of the chart area and resize the chart. I'm going to go ahead and choose that one. And then I can change this chart title. And I'm going to call my chart, what is your age? Actually, I should capitalize the Y in your. What is your age? And so then that kind of shows what it is. If I'm keeping this, it used to be lots of people would put their charts into a separate sheet. That is a choice that you have. I'm only going to leave this here. I can copy this chart from here and put it somewhere else if I want to. I just went right inside the thing, right in here, and right clicked that. And I have other options that I don't want to mess with. I do, let's say I want to remember what the sheet is for. I can go down here, whoops, sorry, and I just right clicked on that and rename this, and I'm going to rename it age, so that I have an idea what I was looking at on this one. Now I'm going to take my second question. I'm going to click on sheet 2 and put my second question here. My second question was, how would you describe yourself concerning technology? And I had some choices here. I had, first choice, I struggle with most technology. Oops. Second choice, I am comfortable with technology. And my third choice was, I am awesome with technology. So those are my three choices. If I want to make this a little bit wider now, because remember I want to put data right beside it, I can go right up here on that line and do my normal clicking, left clicking, and I can slide that over if I want, so that when I go to put my data, it's in a column right beside it, and I don't have to jump over to other columns, which just makes things easier. It gives you some flexibility on what you want for your column widths. So here, I struggle with most technology. 2 people chose that, and I am comfortable with technology. 17 people chose that. And no one chose I'm awesome with technology. So those were my choices here. I'm going to highlight these. And this time when I go up to insert my graph, I'm going to choose a pie. So I'm going to go ahead and click on pie. And here it shows me different ones. I might choose one that has like a little pull out for the 3D look. I always like the 3D look. And you can see the colors it put in. Blue is I struggle with most technology. And then this kind of rusty red, I'm comfortable with technology. And no one had I am awesome with technology. Now, if I wanted to see, if you want to see what this looks like, I could change these. Let's say I change that to 13 and put 4 of them down here. That would give you a little bit of a change on how it looks, which is kind of interesting to see, you know, the differences there. I will show you also when I go to, let me go, oops, let me get back on him so I can get my stuff here. I can put data labels on if I want. This says that you can put them centered on the data points, on the inside end, outside end, or best fit. So let's take a look at what that might look like. Here's centered, and it tells how many people. Or I could do, here's the inside end. It goes right inside the circular area at the end. Here's just outside of it, if that makes it easier to see. Sometimes when you get on the color, it looks different. And best fit for this one, they said, was inside end. So that's another thing that you can add there. If I get my, myself a chart title here, this is going to be longer. And I am going to put, let me just go in here. I'm highlighting that with my left. I'm holding down the left side of the click of the mouse, and I'm going to highlight that so I can change all at once. And I'm going to say, how would you describe yourself? That's my chart title. And if I wanted to right click down here at the bottom, I can rename this sheet, and it would be description, something like that. So that's what you need to do to create those 2 types of graphs. I'm not going to do my third one, what people prefer, because I would probably just do the same thing, a pie graph or some kind of a bar, whether it be a column or a horizontal. And I'm going to let you choose. You can choose one of your questions. If you want to do 2 of your questions for some variety, either one is good. This isn't assigned yet, but I wanted you to be able to look at this so that you could see what it looked like. So when I'm finished with this, I should show you how to save. You know, just go up to File. We're going to Save As, and this would be, I'm going to go into 215, and I would just call this how to create a graph, for instance. That would be that, and hit save. And that's all you need to do.